and welcome to Katrina's Creations. This is episode something or other, 267, 268, somewhere around there. I don't know. Does it really matter? It's 260 something or other. So anyway, what's new? If you missed my video on Thursday, just a little quick recap is at this point, my surgery is on. And as you're watching this, I am on my third day of the weird pre-op diet. If you want to hear more about that, you can click the little link right over there, and that will take you to it and fill you in. So before I get started, I will tell you what I am wearing. Some of you will recognize this from the Yarn Advent Calendar. This was a cowl that I made from yarn that Yoka sent me in the Yarn Advent Calendar that she and I exchanged. So there you can see it. This is a free pattern. It's kind of a modified basket weave and seed stitch. It's very, very simple, but I've been wearing this all day long because it just really feels good around my neck. This is Shape Yes yarn, and yeah, I really like it. It's cozy, it's snuggly. The pattern was from Lovecrafts. It was called it's either a small gift or one small gift. It's one of those two, but it was free. It was a very simple pattern. Yes, I would make it again. Yeah, so that's what I'm wearing today. So what have I been making and working on this week? I've been busy. So let's get started. I do have a semi-finished object. I'll explain in a minute. I got back into spinning this week, and this is what I have done. This bobbin was about half finished, and I finished it the rest of the way. So there you can see that. And then I had to finish it on a second bobbin. Now, this is a merino that was given to me in a yarn exchange quite a few years ago. I love the colors. They are totally me. Fall colors. I love the colors. It's merino. It's fairly soft. This was the dirtiest yarn I've ever run into. It had lots of debris in it. Lots of hay, little pieces of hay or straw that I had to pick out, and other things which we won't go there. But anyway, yeah. So there is what I've been working on. Now this is going to be combined with some alpaca I have that's like a camel color, so that it will look like this. This is one skein that is completely done. So this is the merino, and then it is plied with the alpaca, and it creates a kind of barber pole effect. So that's what's going to happen with this. So this is my semi-finished object because it won't be totally finished till I combine it with this. No idea what I'm going to do with it. A lot will depend on how much yardage I have when I finish, but yeah, so that's object number one. Now we'll get to my works in progress. Here is the sweater that I've been working on for a friend's brother-in-law, and I have done almost two complete repeats since last week. This is a free pattern on redheart.com. It's called His Cabled Pullover. There is a woman's version called Her Cabled Pullover. They are, like I said, free, and it's a lot of fun to do. It is a 12 row repeat to do these. They're not really cables because they don't really crisscross each other, but to me they kind of look more like scales. But I did download the female's version of it because I thought it was pretty. And the only difference really is the male version is more of a crew neck collar. The female's version is a mock turtleneck. So yeah, so there I am with this. And this is being knit with Red Heart's Super Saver in the color Sage. The next project I'm working on is Spring Nolker's pattern, Pineapples on the Boardwalk, and she has a make along or a crochet along going with this. I'm a little slow, but anyway, I finished all 15 of the boardwalk. I think last week I had like 4 or 5 to go. So this is a wrap, by the way, so it wraps around your shoulders. And then the bottom has a pineapple. Let me untangle the yarn here. It has a pineapple motif. So there is the pineapple motif. So I am about halfway across with that. So I'm hoping to get that finished this week. Yeah, so and then it is a wrap. So it goes around like this and it fits absolutely perfect. So I'm still not crazy about the colors I'm doing this in. I liked it until I got to the pink and the purple. I'm just not a big fan of those. With these colors, I think I would definitely enjoy it more in neutrals, like these. Those I would enjoy it with. So I will probably maybe make this over again, but in neutrals for myself. This is, my mother saw me making it. She didn't see the whole thing. I was doing the boardwalk strips and she liked it. So she thought it was really pretty. Her birthday is, you're watching this Saturday, her birthday is tomorrow. So she's probably not going to get it that soon. I don't know if that'll be done that fast, but yeah, I will be giving this to her when I see her next. So yeah, so there we go. So that is the next work in progress that I've got, and I've got one more. And my last work in progress is my pattern that is part of the make along we have going on, and that is Keeping You in Stitches. I'm using these 2 yarns. These are Knit Crate yarns. And you can see where I was last week. And I have completed this section. I'm just getting into the next striping section. You can see the colors going here. So there it is. Now, one of the projects for the make-along that is being done by Susan Lothar, and she's doing something interesting because she's doing that pattern. She did it all in white. She made it once, and now she's actually reversing the pattern so that the shawl will be double the size. So it won't be asymmetrical. It's a shawl that's technically asymmetrical, but it almost comes out triangular, but this will be a huge shawl by the time she finishes with it. So I'm anxious to see how that turns out. So I've seen one side of it so far. It's over entered in the make along. But yeah, so that is something I never thought about doing. So I might have to experiment with that. So that is, like I said, you'll get to see on February 14th when the make-along ends. So speaking of the make-along, it started in January, on January 1st, and it will run until February 14th. And in order to enter, you just have to make one of my patterns. There is a link down below. It says My Patterns Lovecraft. You go over there and you can pick out a pattern. Some are free, some are paid for, and the ones that are paid for have been discounted automatically. You don't have to do anything. I just lowered the prices on them by 20%. So you make one of those patterns and then send me a picture, either by Facebook at Katrina Knits or to my email at KatrinasCreations@yahoo.com. Send me a picture and that will get you entered. So that's what has been going on. Now before show and tell starts, I did want to point out a couple things you're going to see in show and tell. You saw that I am making pineapples on the boardwalk, but Spring actually has one that she completed for the tutorials that she did for that pattern. So yes, there are tutorials over on her channel if you want to check them out. So anyway, you will see that in the show and tell. So it looks so much better than mine. Anyway, and she did it in neutral colors. So anyway, you'll see that in the show and tell. But you'll also see there is a mosaic afghan. There's actually 2. One was done by Michelle Wiley, and the other one is done by Susie Pop's Creations. They're two different patterns, but Michelle actually has a YouTube channel, and it's called Michelle's Mosaics and More, and she does tutorials for mosaic crochet. So if you want to go over and check that out and learn how to do it, you can check out her channel. So I will put a link to her channel down below in the description box. You can click that, it'll take you right over to her channel and you can check it out. I'm sure she'd appreciate that. Subscribe and all that kind of thing too. So now that I've said all that, I will let you guys see what you all have been making this week. Now it's time for acquisitions. Now, if you saw my Wednesday video, you'll see that I got a bit from Knit Crate. If you missed it and you want to see the whole more detailed thing with some of the funny opinions that I gave on some of the yarn, you can click the link right here and that'll take you over to it. Otherwise, we'll do a real quick recap for you. The December yarn, this is the December Knit Crate box. I like this color. It's beige. They called it brass. Or was it brass? I think it was brass. It was called jazz. I think it should be called brass because somebody's like, where did they get jazz out of this? You think wilder colors with jazz. This reminds me of like the trumpets and the trombones and things like the brass section with jazz music. So maybe that's what they were thinking. I have no clue. This does not scream jazz to me, but it's pretty. I like it. It's a goldeny beige and it is a worsted weight. It is 41% wool, 26% alpaca, 23% tencel, and 10% baby camel. So it's 150 yards per skein, so I have a total of 300 yards. No clue what I'm going to make, but it will be something around my neck because it's really soft. So that was the one thing. Then I got the mystery bag. Now the mystery bag, I liked crystals on Bag O Day so much better because it was more neutrals. Mine, not so much. Let's see, the first thing we have is this, which this one isn't bad. I don't mind this. This is Vitalana Tweedy Sheep, and the color is, what is the color here? They do not have a color for this. That's really strange. But anyway, it is an Aran weight. It's 90% wool and 10% Donegal neps. The neps are the little flecks of color that make it a tweed. That's what those are in there. So we got that skein. Next I got this, which is actually a salmon color. That's pretty true. And it's got purple in it. Now when I got the knit crate for this month, I got the purple, which I liked a lot. This has like little sparkles in it. It's very, very, very faint. Even in the one I have, you can't see it a whole lot. No idea what I'm going to do with one skein of it because there's only 55 yards. Yeah, what do you do with that? Maybe it will become a ear warmer, but not for me because I don't like things on my head like that. But anyway, this is called, it's Yuru yarn. It's called Cozy, and it is Noon Chai. I don't know about you, but if my chai was this color, I would not eat it or drink it. Really strange. But anyway, it is extremely soft. It is 45% Huacaya alpaca, 45% Surrey alpaca, 10% stellina. That's the sparkly bits. But yeah, not for me. Then we got, they must have said, oh, let's give somebody bright colors that doesn't normally wear a whole lot of bright colors. Orange. Yes, it is, again, very, very soft. It is Audine Wool's Sleek, and it was in coordination with Maya Luna Corazon. The color is Bliss. It's 55% fine merino, 30% baby alpaca, 15% mulberry silk. So it is super, super soft. And there's 220 yards of it. No clue, again, what I'm going to do with it. Maybe I will try to combine it with something. It also doesn't tell you what weight it is, but I'm thinking it's like a DK based on the yardage. It's a light worsted or a DK. But anyway, so there's this. And then lastly, there's two skeins of it because one wasn't enough. Bing! Yes, and here's the funny thing. I have two skeins of this already from the Knit Crate box. When this yarn came out, they had, you could have gotten this color in pink or you got a turquoise in black. Okay, I have two of each because I was getting two boxes. I had one that I paid for and I also got my affiliate box. So one of them was this. So I now have 4 skeins of this. Now some of you have said you really like it. And I've had several of you say maybe it's not as busy and, you know, right now it's just like, yeah. Anyway, several of you said you should do up a swatch so you could see what it really looks like once it's worked up. So I might do that. I might do a little crocheted and a knitted one so you can see both because depending on what you're doing, it can look totally different. This is actually another Uru yarn electric. Well, that fits it. Yeah, and this color is wired. Sure, why not? And it is 40% Huacaya alpaca, 30% wool, and 30% Surrey alpaca. It is a worsted weight. It is extremely soft. I mean, I have to say, it is super, super soft. It's just very bright and busy, and yeah. Yeah, apparently this episode is all about bright colored yarns, because this is not a big fan of mine, and the pineapples on the boardwalk that I liked until the bright pink popped in there. I do like bright pink, it's just, I don't know that it's something I would look good on me, but anyway, that's what we got. So that is my acquisitions for this week. Wednesday's video, because we are going to be having yet another yarn haul, because I have January's knit crate, and I also have some yarn coming from Annie's, because I am in the mood to make a granny square afghan. So the granny square afghan is going to go up in our spare bedroom. So I bought some yarn to do that with. It's not like I don't have enough yarn. I just don't know. I don't have an afghan's quantity of yarn, and I want it to be acrylic, because an afghan, I want it to be washable, since people will be using it, namely the grandchildren. So yes, we want it to be acrylic, so it's washable. So as far as the come and get it section this week, I don't know of any sales, because Lion Brand just ended a sale, and at the time of filming, which is Thursday night, I don't know what their sale is for the next day. So that being said, all the links to the different affiliates, like Lovecrafts, Knit Picks, Knit Crate, Lion Brand, and Annie's, and Leisure Arts, are all down below in the description box if you want to check them out and see what happens to be running. Otherwise, if I run across sales, I will let you know during the week what they are. Always watch for those videos. They're bright yellow with black writing. That's your clue that there's some kind of yarn sale going on. So that is it for this week. Oh, and one other thing I forgot. Thursday there will be a video as well, because like I said at the beginning of the video, my bariatric surgery at this point is still going on. And so I will give you a 1 week update on the prep, the diet prep that I'm having to do prior to the surgery. So yeah, we'll see how that's going by Thursday. So that is it for this week. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, please click that little red subscribe button down below. And if you give me a thumbs up, that really helps the videos as well. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you all 2 more times this week. Bye, everybody.